Eventually he said, "I'm sorry, but this definitely isn't your Gary." The young woman gave a moan and slumped to her seat in despair. Amy felt a rush of sympathy mixed with anger. How cruel to come here, hoping desperately to talk with a loved one, and for this to happen. Meanwhile, the medium was cradling his head as though in pain. The minister hurried to his side and whispered something. No, I'm fine," the medium insisted, straightening up again. Amy was shocked at how white his face had become. He looked upwards for a moment as though in prayer, then inclined his head to the left and listened. "Oh, no, that's terrible." The disquiet that resonated at his words silenced the murmurs surrounding the stricken younger Amy. "I must ask the audience again. Is there an Amy in the hall?" When Doreen touched her arm, Amy shook her head. "It's nothing to do with me," she said under her breath. "It might be," whispered Doreen, excited by the prospect. Amy had no intention of raising her hand. She didn't want to hear some message from Aunt Bella or anyone else for that matter. "Please," the medium pleaded, "the Amy I seek is in the audience. Will she please reveal herself?" Amy gripped her hands together and tried to ignore Doreen's whispered encouragement. "OK, I'll tell her. God bless." The medium turned to the audience once more. "The spirit has asked me to say that it isn't Aunt Bella." Amy's heart stopped, and fear in all its forms swept over her. She opened her mouth to speak, but no words came. Then she heard Doreen's voice. "My friend's called Amy." The medium swung round and locked eyes with her. "Are you Amy?" "It can't be me you're looking for. I don't know anyone who passed on recently." The medium regarded her with concern. "You know an Aunt Bella? She died 2 years ago. My son Alan said I wasn't to speak to her," she added, not knowing why. "Your son's called Alan?" "Yes. When I told him I was coming here this morning, he made a joke about his Aunt Bella. He said he hoped she didn't try to contact us. He was terrified of her when she was alive." Amy's attempt at laughter died in the heavy silence. The medium looked taken aback. "You last spoke to Alan when?" "An hour ago, just before I came here. He always comes over on a Sunday for—" Amy tailed off as she registered the medium's face. "He looks like a ghost," she thought. The medium, obviously distressed, was speaking to one side again. "God bless. Are you sure?" He turned his attention back to Amy. "I am so sorry, Amy, but this is Alan I'm talking to." His announcement was followed by uproar in the hall. Amy shouted through it, "That's nonsense! I spoke to him before I left." The noise abated as the audience strove to hear the medium's reply. "Alan has asked me to give you a message." Amy rose to her feet, a rushing sound in her ears. She wanted the stupid man to shut up. She wanted him to disappear with his shiny cheeks and his ugly words. She shouted, "Stop it!" at the top of her voice, then turned on her heel and made for the door. Chapter 2. She was sitting in the minister's office, a cup of cold tea on the desk in front of her. Beside it lay her mobile. Amy had already left 3 messages for Alan, none of which he'd responded to. She'd tried the house phone as well, which wasn't answered either. Alan has simply gone out, Amy told herself. It was Sunday after all. He often took the dog for a walk, or cut the grass for her. If the mower was running, he wouldn't hear the phone. Or maybe he was at the pub. He sometimes went for a pint on a Sunday, met up with some of his old mates before the 2 of them had dinner together. The thought briefly consoled her. She glanced at the door, willing Doreen to appear and tell her she'd brought the car round and was ready to take her home. But it was the medium who opened the door instead. His shiny cheeks had reddened. "He looks like a clown," Amy thought cruelly. "Mrs. MacKenzie, may I speak to you? I think you've said enough." He seemed to shrivel under her glare.